Hi everyone, this is JB Borromeo and welcome to Empower Speaker. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you a powerful framework, a powerful structure that will help you make your seminars very successful, that will help you structure your ideas very clearly and carefully so that you will be able to relay and to communicate your ideas, your information, your content very effectively. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you a PDF downloadable. So you will have that clear guide, that clear picture of what this framework is really all about. And so the first step, the first level of this framework, if you want to have a successful training, if you want to have that successful presentation, is actually the attention grabbing opening. And so I shared with you about this in my previous video, in my previous episode. And I do hope that you have already applied and have already tried that concept, that lesson, because that really works. The secret to success in grabbing the attention of your customers or your audience is really to make them curious, is really to build that curiosity and your content out of their curiosity. So one of the simplest questions that I usually ask myself is, what's in it for the customers? What's in it for my audience? So whenever I prepare a presentation, whenever I give a talk, I start with that question, what's in it for my customers? And so because of that question, I was able to focus on the benefits of these lessons to my audience and to my listeners. And so that it's not really about me. It's about them. It's about why they are there. It's about why they were willing to spend some investment on that lecture, on that seminar, on that program. And so now I have that service mentality. I have that service mindset. It's not about me, being proud of my achievements and so on and so forth, bragging too much about my achievements. No, it's about them. The seminar that you're going to hold or that you're holding is about your customers, not about you. So don't start with being so conceited about yourself. And so start with that big promise. And so again, more of this in my previous video. So go ahead and watch that video. And so the second level, the second part of this, well, I call it level because from the very beginning, you hype up, you go to the next level, and then you go to the next level. And then the highest level for me is your closing. You have to close with a bang. And so I may refer to it as a level or I may refer to it as a step. But the goal is actually to end with that special energy, with that bang, so that you will have that attention and that you will be able to inspire and motivate your audience to take action at your closing. All right, and so going back to the second level is about your compelling content. What is that content that you want to share with your audience, with your customers, with your listeners? And so in this particular level, you have to be able to summarize. You have to be able to clearly focus. What is that information that you'll be able to share with your customers and your audience, so that they will really learn from you, so that you will be able to really communicate your information with them. Now, this second level is about your content, about the heart, the core message. And so if you want to be focused on if you want to really practice and develop focus in your topic, you have to ask that question. Given the amount of time and given the profile of your audience, what is that core message that you want to share with them with this limited time? And so you can compress the important details, important lessons, those that really matter for your audience. Again, basing it on the foundation of what's in for your customers. So now you have that clear direction, you have that clear outline. You can build an outline. That's what I do. I build an outline. I build a summary of my talks, of my information, of my content, so that when the presentation comes, I just follow that structure, and I'm accurate, I'm consistent to that content. And how do I deliver my compelling content? So I usually use stories. I use anecdotes. The more inspiring, the more they can connect with you. And so maybe you can have your pains. You can talk about your pains and how did you overcome those pains, those struggles, those challenges. So it's not about just your success right now. It's not about where you are right now, but you can use, it's more powerful actually to use your past, your what you have experienced and what did you, go through, so that now so that they can relate because they are in that place right now. They may be struggling, they may be starting, and so you share that story with them. And so now, how did you overcome? You also highlight those points in your presentation. And aside from stories, you can also use, metaphors or analogies. So like for example, if you want to, communicate about, like for me, I usually give that analogy of a person who is product. When I was in my previous career, I was not having that fulfillment, and so my productivity was very low. It's like of a sick person, it's like of a disturbed person, confused person. And because of that, being sick, I was not able to make the most out of my potential, out of my skills, out of my capacity, out of my abilities. And so that's my analogy. And now I'm very fulfilled. Now I'm very energized. I'm a very happy person. And because of this energy, because of this happiness, I'm able to use my abilities more powerfully. And so that's my analogy. You can translate. Even maybe another good example would be a hungry person who is really, in dire need to have something to eat so that he will survive. And so I was that hungry person. Because of that hunger, I was able to overcome my fear and changed my mindset about fear. And now I'm in this place. I was able to achieve this state where I'm fulfilled, where I'm successful, where I'm very happy. And so that's an example of of an analogy. And so so that your customers or your audience can really connect with you. And so that's step number two. That's level number two. The third level is actually your closing. So in this particular level or in this step, you need to have that. You need to signal this. Study shows that when you signal your audience that you're about to close, you will be able to grab their. They will focus more. They will bring back their attention to you. And so it's really normal that after a whole day seminar, after a 3 day seminar, you will lose their attention. They'll be, tired or stressed maybe, and so many, things going through their head. That's normal. So what you do is you bring back their attention. You grab their attention once more. And so what I do is that before I close, I send the signal. So now I'm about to close, and in this last part, I'm going to share with you this last secret, that golden secret of how do you earn, of how do you build that 6-digit income, doing something that you love and you're passionate about. And suddenly there will be, this change in energy in the atmosphere, in the environment, in the room. And so now you go ahead and close. You go ahead and do that powerful closing for your audience. And so that's what I do. And aside from that, of course, you're building up for your call to action. And so one very important element of a powerful closing is actually a call to action. Now, for me, what I do is that I ask them three very, let's say, in one of my seminars, I asked them this last three questions that after the seminar, what would be the number one thing that you will do, the simplest thing that you will do after the seminar. If you will just apply one lesson, what would be that lesson? What would be that action? What would be that activity that you will do, that you will implement, so that you will have that learning, so that you will have that, you'll have that ROI, your return for investment on this seminar. And so that's what I do. And then I close it with this powerful line that I usually tell this to my audience, that I motivate them, I empower them. I believe that you all deserve to have the best life, but you have to be the best you. And that's how I do my closing. And so now it programs them to be their very best, to really overcome that mediocrity, and so that they will really pursue their best life. So that's how I do it. And so you can also create your powerful line. You can also create your, maybe a quote that you want to cite at the end of your presentation. But the important thing here is that you close with high energy. You close with a bang. Don't close with, low energy, you're tired. Don't show this to them. It's really critical that you empower them at the very last part of your seminar, so they will remember that picture, that you are so energized, that you are very, you know, inspiring, and so that they will remember your, one of the things that people really remember from a seminar is actually the opening and the closing. Sometimes they tend to forget the middle part, the content. So what you do is you have to really close with a bang so that they will not forget about what you talked about and about you. So that's it. That's my sharing for you today. Try this because this is really powerful. I've been doing this in my seminars, for 7 years, for more than 7 years. I've been a corporate trainer, a seminar leader, and so I'm implementing this, and I'm really a testimony of how this framework really works. So there. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you will share this. And by the way, if you are interested in enrolling to my program, if you want more lessons, if you want deep dive training and mentoring and coaching for your public speaking skills, and if you want to open if you want to open yourself up to this industry of public speaking, I'm going to open my program next week, Monday, for those who are aspiring public speakers, seminar leaders, and you just want, or those who want to share their message and make a big income out of this. And so there. So it's Empower Speaker. Watch out for the details. I'll launch it on Monday next week. So watch out for that. And so until then, I want to tell you that you deserve to have the best life, but you have to be the best you.